BattleToads 2020, a game developed by Rare, that a company that's now owned by Microsoft Studios, that created a game for the Game Pass that is a sequel to the previous game, which is a beat 'em up classic developed in the 1990s. It does have the beat 'em ups in it, however, this game has a lot of variety, so much to the point where I feel like 90% of the players will get bored of at least one of the different types of gameplay. For example, this time you just have to press the same three buttons over and over until it finally gives you the cutscene. And then they give you these puzzles, and there's about 10 of these, like five each, in which you just have to go through and solve them, which really feels more like a deterrent to the beat 'em up gameplay rather than something that disperses the monotony created by games usually that have a longer length to them. And a lot of the gameplay, it doesn't feel fun. Like for example, this one you just choose a button and let the game RNG decide whether you win in this rock paper scissors game. There are some fun minigames, however, like this one, in which you have to shoot the targets before they fall down. Reminds me of the DS minigame from Mario, which you shoot the bomb bombs. This game, it was also nice, but there's a lippy segment, It was pretty fun, but it took away from the beat 'em up genre. It didn't feel like a beat 'em up game. It felt more like a bunch of games just smushed together. Like there's even this platformer section in which you just have to move across the screen, solving puzzles, dodging spikes. It just didn't feel like a game that was put together through one idea. It seems like just 15 directors, guided this game and decided to just add a bunch of stuff together. It didn't feel like its own game. It felt unique. There's a lot of unique gameplay. The gameplay was fun, like this flying spaceship game. I really enjoyed this part, but I felt like I was being thrown around in different environments too quickly. Like they didn't evolve any of the mechanics individually for each game. For example, in this one, it's just holding B, Y, or X. There's no, if you press right trigger to float a little, you hold left trigger to jump quicker. It just each game mode. It was entertaining. It was fun for the few seconds it was there, but it never developed, you know? Like for example, the platforming, it felt so dull, and like they'll try to break up that dullness because they knew it was dull. That they'll try to break it up with other mini games like this one, in which they intrigue you with the action, or they show you with these mini games and put a timer on you to solve quickly. And these moments they were fun, especially the bosses. The bosses were pretty entertaining, but none of it was ever too developed. Like platform games, for example, Hue, Inside, Limbo, Ori, all of those games, they give you mechanics and then they either develop the game through story or through gameplay, like Ori, where you're able to teleport and then you're able to float and then you're able to kill things quicker. You gain these abilities, a skill tree, along with things that move you across the game. But this one, it was just elevators and boxes, and that was about it. You know, the flying spaceship game, it was fun, it was entertaining, but it was just more and more dodging the same thing. And the boss fights, they were all right, but they weren't insanely good. It feels like this game could have been any one of these game modes. It could have been like 10 different genres, and they put them all together, but without developing each genre and gameplay, like core gameplay itself. And it's kind of saddening that, you know, they could have done more with the game. However, it was a little short, and you could raise the difficulty for it to last longer and it's more difficult. But at that point, it starts getting more frustrating than actually, fun. And I do commend them. I am someone who does enjoy variety. I like a lot of games on the Game Pass from minutes, what remains of Edith Finch. I just love variety, and so the thing is, someone like me who enjoys variety that much just makes me think, what do the other people that expected a beat 'em up game expected? Because they wanted a beat 'em up, and then they got all these other things along with it. And I did enjoy every single one. It was fun. However, I did expect more out of them. And the jokes were kind of funny. I'd say like one in four, three, or five made me laugh. And Diego, it was more like half of them did. But, there was times where I enjoyed the game. And by times, I mean just about every little mini game or segment of the game made me enjoy it. But I just wish they did more. And it sucks to see them that they couldn't really intrigue me that greatly. And I did enjoy the game a lot. I'm not saying it wasn't enjoyable. However, I am saying that someone like me who enjoys variety, getting bored at parts of the game for only I played it for 3 hours because I played on the difficulty because I was playing with my little brother. But for those 3 hours, I was already getting bored of segments of the game that felt like there could have been so much more. And someone who would only like to do a beat 'em up, like have to play all those games. I will commend them though, as I said earlier, because the game never for a moment do I feel like I'm in a segment for too long. Besides the platforming, you know, I've never felt like I'll be like, man, I wish they didn't put so much. It wasn't so repetitive to the point where I was annoyed or like I felt brain dead. But I did feel like I was barraged with too much. The game is fun, however, the beat 'em up, you're trying to get combos and there's a lot of different moves you could do. However, these moves, you discover them all in about 10 minutes. And that's why they try to switch it up so much. Or like they didn't develop the beat 'em up as much as they could. But I did enjoy some of the puzzles. I did enjoy some of, well, just about everything, especially the airplane part or the spaceship part. They were all super fun game modes, just lacking. Overall, though, the experience, it was fun. And like the ways that bosses would last throughout and evolve and you'd fight them all, they were fun. And then how you'd have to dodge and wait for your opening. And what I really enjoyed about this game was the story for a beat 'em up. It's usually just go out and stop the bad guy. But this game, they were all like we come across different bad guys, new characters come, and then there's some even character development in a beat 'em up game. It was something fresh, and seeing how each character grows, and then coming across different parts of the game, it was refreshing. However, there was one part in which I was fighting the Guardian, in which there was a bug. So I can't say the game was fully polished. However, the game did intrigue me throughout the whole story. And talking about the bug, it wasn't too bad. I just had to reload the checkpoint. I lost about 15 to 20 seconds. So there wasn't anything game breaking, which in the game being so short and condensed, you wouldn't expect it to be game breaking. But there was still a bug nonetheless. It was really enjoyable. Me and my brother, we both had fun playing, and the times where you were rushed and you were given little time to get through parts was really adrenaline pushing. Really just made you feel anxious and just was just enjoyable overall. Yeah, here's a clip where I had to reload the checkpoint, and each part from the puzzles I did enjoy until about near the end where I was starting to get bored of them and distracted rather than, like actually solving them. I was guessing near the end. But every single element I did enjoy for, I'd say, about 70% of the game. And it was fun, despite me playing on kind of an easy difficulty because of my brother. I still enjoyed it, you know, pretty greatly. And all the bosses were fun to tackle. I really enjoyed the how you could like switch to the back and then like your buddy could be playing in the front. It was nice to see, Like I did enjoy the elements they had, just there was far too many. If I had to rate the game, I'd give it about, I'd say a 7 or 8 out of 10. And I know I am, sounding pretty critical. It's just I did, for the most part, enjoy the game, you know? However, did feel like there should have been more. And I felt like, this game could have been cooked longer and it just could have been so fun. I did hear from people that Streets of Rage 4 was a far better beat 'em up game. So if you are looking for a beat 'em up game, you should go to that. However, if you do like variety like myself, you would really enjoy playing these games. And maybe even the sequel to it, Third Dimension, which is what they have called. So overall, and I'd say an 8 out of 10. Really enjoyable. Just some moments felt dull. And it was just about a 3-hour experience for me. Um, Usually, so this is more of a channel update. So this is the first time I'm uploading, but I don't know what I'm doing yet. I want to do reviews. I want to do funny moments, but first I need to get my friends to be comfortable with putting on their audio. What I'm thinking is, I figure out how to edit a little more. This was more of like a test for me, and I'm figuring out how to edit. I had to condense, 3 hours of gameplay down into 12 minutes, and I think I did a decent job for my first time. But as I figure out what I'm going to do, I will continue to update the channel and I'll continue to expand myself. Right now, I'm just streaming games on the Game Pass, sometimes playing with my friends, but they don't want to include their audio. Eventually, I will, you know, put some funny moments out there, maybe some more reviews, depending on what I feel more fun doing. And as this channel grows, hopefully, I'll be able to have more free time to commit to it. And if you have any suggestions, leave them down. If you didn't like, part of the editing or you think some quality is a little low because, I'm starting, there's probably is bad quality somewhere, let me know. And I think I'm gonna end it here. And I think this will be the outro, and what I'm gonna do with it, I'll show you at the end. But what I think I'm gonna do with the outro is have it so that it starts fading in as the video's about to end, and then it's gonna be like some like clutch or really funny moment, and then with the music at the end. But I need to create an outro, and then I need to have videos so that I could like how YouTubers like they're like watch this video next if you wanna know what's happening here or something. And that's how I'm gonna end it. Thank you for watching. In conclusion, I still have no idea what I'm gonna do with this channel. Still have no idea how to edit, record, all of that stuff. Battletoads was a fun game. They could have done so much more with it. However, it was entertaining for the most part. I'd say 90% of the time I was having fun, a blast. And because it was free on the Game Pass, I can't complain about something that's free, and I enjoyed. However, paying for the game, I don't think I'd buy it. So, what I recommend is get the Game Pass, play the game, maybe for like maybe not the hardest difficulty, not Battletoads, the middle one. I think that would be a good middle ground. And then after you're done with that, play some of the other games. Maybe watch some of my streams on my second channel. I think it's called Vox Variety with a space. And there I have streams posted in which you could watch other games, and if you enjoy them, you could try those out. So far, I have Hellblade, Minute, and I forget what else. I think there is another video. But that is all for oh yeah, Battletoads. Yeah, Battletoads was fun. Pretty entertaining. No idea what I'm doing with the channel. Recommend Battletoads. Recommend checking out Vox Variety. That is all for today. I'll see you guys. What should my outro be? Let me know what my outro should be, Eileen. Bye.